So the Indian government is getting set to roll out a project called Direct to Mobile Technology, and the pilot project for this is being launched in 19 cities this year, with a plan to launch a full-fledged rollout next year. Now, what is direct to mobile or D2M? It's a direct to mobile broadcast technology, and the pitch from the Indian government is that you will be able to view broadcast TV channels on your mobile phones directly without an internet connection. Now, I was at Fiki Frames recently, and there was a stall there for D2M, and a gentleman walked up to me and said that, would you like to watch TV channels directly on your mobile without the internet? Now, the Department of Science and Technology in the Indian government, the telecom department, and the Information and Broadcasting Ministry all seem to be supporting this initiative. But frankly, I wish they weren't wasting their time and weren't wasting our public resources trying this out. I have seen this tech for years now. I remember almost 15 years ago, Qualcomm had done a demo of such a technology, something that they own called MediaFlow, where they were streaming channels directly to phones at the Delhi College of Engineering. And it seemed great then. I remember seeing something like a baseball game or a cricket match, and on the phone when there was no 3G. A couple of years later, someone else did a demo at Convergence India, which is a conference, and then showcased Korean TV channels direct on mobile, which is not over the internet but via satellite, right? In fact, Doordarshan had set up a full consultation process to hire consultants to roll out direct to mobile services. So there were several types of technologies that were being looked at that time. Something called DVB-T, which is terrestrial, DVB-M, DMB, SDMB, is all like jargon acronyms, right? Direct to mobile sounds much cooler and is a more saleable proposition. Doordarshan was also trying to do a DVB-H rollout. They began a pilot project in 2006 where they tied up with Nokia to test one type of mobile TV technology called DVB-T. Doordarshan had planned to launch 16 channels using DVB-H. Out of which they said that 4 would be reserved for Doordarshan and the rest would be licensed out. Remember, this is a time when we used to watch TV and flick channels instead of watching things on the internet, right? The first launch was going to be in the NCR region in Delhi, Gurgaon and Noida, and then Chennai, Mumbai and Kolkata. And the timing of this was such that it was being planned for the Commonwealth Games, which were in Delhi in 2010. So the phase 2 was for state capitals after the Commonwealth Games. Phase 3 was 96 cities and all. At that time, they were saying that this is a mechanism to get television to our phones, and we had only 2G at that time. So 2G or Edge 2.5G phones. Now they're saying it's a mechanism to get broadcast to 3G phones, which I don't see the point of. The solution to get people on 3G better entertainment or better connectivity is to switch them to 4G instead of switching them directly to the phones, right? And most devices don't support this. Of course, the government can mandate that handsets include these chipsets, but then these chipsets are going to increase the cost of the device. How exactly do you intend to serve underserved people who can't afford 4G handsets with more expensive handsets? They're probably on 3G because they can't afford the 4G handsets, right? And when DD had done its pilot project in 2006, which had handsets from Nokia and Samsung, the handsets with these chipsets were 20,000 to 35,000 in 2006. So, of course, the prices of devices and chipsets and everything has gone down now, and people are buying Samsung Fold phones worth lakhs of rupees. But it doesn't make sense to basically force a new chip on a device just so you can put TV there. I mean, bureaucrats keep talking about forcing handset manufacturers for one thing or another because they can, right? They can, but it doesn't always help. Like, they force handset manufacturers to incorporate a 3-tap process where if you tap your phone thrice, the power button thrice, it'll call an emergency number. Now, I don't know about you, but in my case, that number gets dialed mistakenly so frequently, and I've seen other people also face this issue, that must be inundated with mistaken calls, like pocket dials. So you force this, but it doesn't work. And similarly, cabs have emergency buttons, but those buttons don't work. let market forces figure things out. This is like trying to roll out IPTV in 2024. Our bureaucrats seem to be stuck in 2006. Fourth, let's just remember that this is broadcast. I saw a video from Gaurav, the technical Guruji, who's a very popular channel, saying that you can get Amazon Prime on your phones using direct to mobile. He's wrong. This is broadcast. It's not the internet. It's one way. You won't be able to scroll through videos and select what you want. You won't be able to, get Amazon Prime or get Netflix or Hotstar. You won't be able to leave comments. It's one-way communication, not two. It's broadcast. So look, in 2014 or 2015, around that time, Shashi Shekhar, who was the CEO of Prasar Bharati, had called me to give a presentation to Doordarshan and Prasar Bharati about how they need to evolve for the internet age, and they'd asked me to basically come and talk about DVB-T, and I heard them talk about DVB-T technology years after Doordarshan had shelved that pilot. While they were looking at DVB-T, I went ahead and said, junk all of this, focus on YouTube. Go where the audience is more comfortable, where they're interacting more. This holds true even today. The internet is the broadest media that exists. It gives you audio, it gives you text, it gives you interactivity. And if there's, one reason is that they're citing for this is there's pressure on 4G and 5G networks. If there is pressure on 4G and 5G networks, and offload to wireline, you have a BharatNet project. There is no point to direct to mobile. People are moving away from DTH and cable to the internet because content is time shifted and you can watch it at your convenience. If you want to watch a news channel live, they already have a stream for this on their website. So I don't understand the point here in terms of trying to bring a technology which has largely been rejected in India back out of the blue. I've also read that it requires like a dense network of terrestrial towers to receive signals from satellites and then transmit to streaming devices. There's a lot of money that's going to be invested into rolling out that network infrastructure. Some vendors going to make money set up towers. What's the point? Like, D2H is a waste of time, of public resources, when all you need to do is basically graduate people to 5G or 4G.